Hare Krishna. Can you raise your hand if you can see the screen? Vaman Kale Prabhu, can you see that? Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So on the way to Krishna, uh, we are going to do this one now. So on the way to Krishna is the first book which Prabhupada had himself recommended. That on the way to Krishna, this book we should basically study. Uh, this was the first book which he had suggested, and this was his discussion, which he had with a disciple name of Hayagriya Das, whose name was Howard Wheeler, right? And this is that book. So this book, Elevation to Krishna, on the way to Krishna. So this book, has got 5 chapters. Through way to happiness, the way to know Krishna and chanting, seeing Krishna everywhere and always. This thing we had discussed yesterday. This chapter is again there. And road of the foolish and wise, and steering towards the supreme. These 5 chapters we will cover in this. Hare Krishna. Through way to happiness. You will see a lot of things getting repeated because the point is at least I can talk about myself, my intelligence is so that after so much of repetition also, my material consciousness does not allow me to take even 1% of it. So Prabhupada has been very kind, and these books have been written for people like me, I think. Through way to happiness. Few people know that the platform of real happiness is beyond temporary. We're repeating it, but this is what Prabhupada says again in this. And this is his first book which we had brought out. And it was the first book which he had actually brought out was, Journey to Other Planets. And this book he had brought out before the mission to moon had gone. Mission to moon had gone. So Journey to Other Planets. This book was later brought out. The real happiness is described in Bhagavad Gita. Every living being feels happy or distressed according to the degree of development of his consciousness. And this is something, again, now look, Prabhupada is saying, human consciousness is a different level. Consciousness of a tree is different. Consciousness of a insect is different. So, happiness consciousness is different, right? So, the tree will also have a consciousness of happiness. You talk to a tree on a daily basis, it will respond, right? But it will take time to respond. But when you talk to a dog, its response will be immediate. Level of innocence will be different, right? Likewise, if you see there is a goat or a sheep, and it sees that its fellow sheep or goat is being slaughtered, it will still keep on grazing. It will still keep on grazing. Okay? It will not get petrified. It will not get scared. It will not think that it is going to. Actually, the situation is with us also. Everyone has to die, but everyone has a feeling that only we will not die. Right? So, but if we know that somebody is there and there's a murderer has come and he has killed another person, then you will be very scared. But that level of consciousness is different, right? As I said, between a goat and a human being. Although one animal may see the other animal is being slaughtered, he will go right on chewing the grass. I was just talking, right? Yogis who are aspiring after spiritual life are also tasting enjoyment by focusing on the super soul within. highest degree of happiness. Bhagavad Gita 6.21. In the joyous state samadhi, one is situated in boundless transcendental happiness and enjoys himself through transcendental senses established. Thus, one never departs from the truth. So, samadhi is what when Lord Krishna explains, yeah, and then Arjuna says, very difficult for me, and then that is something which is discarded because Arjuna says, I cannot really concentrate, right? We discussed it at length yesterday. The Vedas confirm that the spirit soul, although atomic in size, is the actual enjoying agent. So it's important for all of us to understand this, right? So the actual enjoying agent is not the body. The actual enjoying agent is the soul. Spiritual spark is the enjoyer. If a man is offered the dead body of a beautiful woman, will he accept it? The answer is no. So it is the spirit soul which is the actual enjoyer, and that is which basically puts the entire engine on, right? One who is actually intelligent will refrain from the flickering sensual enjoyment of this material body and fix his enjoyment in spiritual life. His participation in spiritual life with the Supreme Lord is called Ras Leela. You see Ras Leela, you see Lord Krishna along with the gopis. Lord Shiva also wanted to be a part of that Ras Leela. He was not allowed, right? And then he got facilitated and then he had to become a gopi to be a part of it. So you can imagine the highest level is Lord Shiva in terms of Vaishnavas are concerned. So to reach that level, it is believed that all the trees of Vrindavan are actually rishis and munis who have taken birth in Vrindavan so that they can touch the soil, the Vraj on which the Lord had walked. That is the level of prem bhav, right? So somebody may say that, human form is the highest form, but to the rishis, munis, they say, I'm willing to fall to be a tree, to be a grass, if I get a birth in Vraj, so that I can be of service, seva, to the footprints of the Lord. That is prem ras. That pleasure is anant and that is endless. The process for establishing oneself in real happiness is the process of Krishna consciousness. The process is very, very, very endless. But the point is, at least we should know the process. We should know what the end objective is, where we can go. The point is, modern education system makes us totally blind to it and calls it a total fraud. So at least we should know it. We should know what the true knowledge is. As we begin to relish spiritual happiness, we proportionately abandon material happiness. You see Mirabai, you see Namdev, you see Tukaram, you see the Goswamis, you know, Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami. They were the finance minister, home minister, the Nawab of Bengal. During their time, they used to get 1 lakh gold coins in a year. They were the richest people. But they found the real taste of happiness and then they were able to get out of it. Right? So if we are not able to get out of it or we are totally attached to it, it is basically our misfortune. It is we have not been able to evolve. That is it. As we make progress in understanding the absolute truth, we naturally become detached from the false happiness. But the point is, as and as we get access to this knowledge, to this happiness, you know, so I would always recommend to all of you very, very strongly, please read the life of the Goswami. Please read the life of the devotees of the Lord. And you'll get so much of inspiration. And then you will know what is the gap between us and them and how much gap has to be covered. This is where it is. As we were discussing yesterday, Krishna gave darshan to Kans, he gave darshan to Putana, he gave darshan to Ravan. The point is not that. Darshan of the Almighty is okay, no great thing. Point is whether you are also loved by Almighty, whether Krishna loves you or not, that is the point. That is the target. To do everything so that you can make him happy. That is the starting of Prem Ras. Beyond this, I have also no idea. And whatever I am sharing is after reading. My realization is also incomplete. Krishna consciousness is so potent that a little taste can save one from great danger. So this is big mercy. People like us, even if we can get little taste, we can possibly be saved from great danger. The more one advances in Krishna consciousness, the more he becomes free from bodily designation and this material entanglement. The formula is very clear. More advancement into Krishna consciousness, more we move out of the body. Somehow we can manage to control the senses. We can turn our face to actual spiritual happiness and make our lives successful. As soon as the mind is engaged in Krishna consciousness process, specifically by the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, then the wild horse of the mind gradually comes under control. That's why we are supposed to chant daily 2 hours, 16 rounds, focusing on the words. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. We must engage in Krishna's service every moment of our life in order to keep the restless and turbulent mind from dragging us from one object to another in a vain search for happiness in the temporary material world. Next chapter is Way of Knowing Krishna and Chanting. Transcendental sound vibration help us to cleanse the dust from the mirror of the mind. As soon as we come to understand I am not that body, I am the spirit soul, and my symptom is conscious, we will be able to establish ourselves in real happiness. So real happiness is equivalent to what? Lesser amount of bodily consciousness and more amount of soul consciousness. One thing going up, other thing going down. If our body consciousness is high, our happiness is false. If our soul consciousness is more, our actual happiness is more. Because bodily consciousness happiness is having happiness of something which we are going to leave behind. I've got 10 houses I'm going to leave behind. I've got 10 factories I'm going to leave behind. Right? Some people have got 4 wives, they're going to leave behind. They've got 10 children, they're going to leave behind. So what is the concept of having happiness for a bank balance that you are going to leave behind? Something wrong, na? But the problem is we are conditioned from day one. Yes, you have to go to IIT. Yes, you have to go to Ahmedabad. You have to get the highest package. Day and night, day and night, day and night, day and night. Hence, we see the people who are actually going to Kumbh Mela, spending their life, they are the most intelligent people. And we people are stuck in the 84 lakh species. but death, but death, but death. There is no need for external help in reviving our Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada said this is a very big thing, eh? Please try to understand. There is no need of external help to revive Krishna consciousness, for Krishna consciousness is dormant within us. Because if Lord is already there within our heart, you have to look back. Na? In fact, it is the very quality of the self. We have only to invoke it by this process. Krishna consciousness is an eternal fact. It is within all living creatures, whether they are human or animal. But look at this beauty. Our Shastras are in a way saying that you're an animal, you're an insect, my dear friend. Krishna consciousness is there everywhere. You're all eligible. There are other disciplines where they don't even consider an animal to be living. They said, no, he has got no senses. He has to be killed. I will eat him. They say because he doesn't have a soul. Our Shastras are saying, forget about him having a soul. He is eligible for the same Krishna consciousness as you are. Right? You have the story of Gajendra. You have so many stories in our Shastras and Bhagavatam whereby animals have also gone to. You may have seen so many videos which are there viral, where you see a dog is sitting in front of a temple, bowing his head. You don't know his spiritual consciousness. You may have seen certain cows, you may have seen certain nandis in front of a Shiv temple. You do not know. Hence, we have to be respectful to everyone, whether it is a river, it's a mountain, it is a land, it is not living, everything has a consciousness. So Krishna is there everywhere. No? So we have to respect. That is how seeing Krishna everywhere with prema. Hence, you do not have any enmity with anybody. You do not have any ego with anybody. You do not have any enmity with anybody. And you are able to see Krishna everywhere. This is the photograph of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was coming to Vrindavan from Mayapur. He was chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and all the animals would dance along with him because he was having that level of purity. Bhagavad Gita 9.30. Even if one commits the most abominable action, even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated. 9.30. Krishna is giving us so much of mercy. So much of mercy he is giving us. What else do we need? Krishna is directly telling us, even if you have committed the most abominable action, most abominable action is considered to having basically killed a Brahman or whatever. But if you are currently engaged in a devotional service, you are to be considered saintly, right? Valmiki was a thief, a robber, he was a killer, he was a murderer, right? But we have temples dedicated to Valmiki. Na? So that is the power of the Harinam. That is the power of the name. And that is the truth. This is not fiction. This is the truth. Because Almighty is so kind. He is waiting to bless us. This is what it is. Once we take shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, we turn the switch off for our karmic activities. And although these activities may still revolve, it is to be understood that they will quickly diminish. Just like when you close a fan, after the fan is switched off, also the fan is rotating, right? So likewise, it will remain, but in due course of time, right, it will go. Hence, by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we are always in association with the Lord. One can understand Bhagavad Gita 18.55. One can understand the Supreme Personality as he is only by devotional service And when one is in full consciousness of the Supreme Lord by such devotion, he can enter the kingdom of God. So all these Bhagavad Gita shlokas are being brought in front of you. Prabhupada is bringing in front of you. I am just acting as his postman. And all the secret is being brought in front of you. 18.61, Krishna is always present within our heart. He is more close than your husband, he is more close than your wife, he is more close than your children, he is more close than your boss. He is within our heart. He is there from birth to birth. He is always there, whether you are a donkey or, sorry, I was a donkey, or you were a fish, or you were an animal or an insect. He has always been a constant companion in all pain, all miseries, all happiness. Hare Krishna. Look at this beautiful painting of Lord Krishna. So beautiful, so mesmerizing. Thanks to the painter. Whatever can be observed is a combination of goodness, passion, or ignorance, and in all cases, these three are produced by me. Right? If somebody, you know, is judgmental about somebody, he says because he's in a mode of passion, he's in a mode of ignorance. My dear friend, please don't be in a judgmental, because Lord says this is all produced by me. So this is all his Maya. Because they are produced by Krishna, their position is in him, but he is not in them. For Krishna himself is transcendental to the three modes. So, Krishna is there everywhere at the same time, not there. Thus, in another sense, bad and evil things which are produced out of ignorance are also Krishna when they are applied by Krishna. So, our conditioned mind should try to make it zero and try to just focus on Prem Bhav on Krishna. That's all we should do, and chant the holy name. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.1, everything is flowing from the Supreme Absolute Truth. When we strive to live independent of Krishna, we come under the influence of the laws of material nature, and that is called as Maya. Furthermore, O Arjuna, I am the generating seed of all existence. We discussed this. There is no being moving or unmoving, as we discussed it, that can exist without. Prabhupada said, when our eyes are anointed with love of God, we can see Him everywhere. So this is what we have been discussing since yesterday. This is the most important thing we have been discussing since yesterday. If we have love in our eyes, we can see Him everywhere. We have to develop our seeing power by developing love of God. Prabhupada is saying this directly. So if we are not able to develop love of Godhead, we will not be able to. When one is sufficiently developed in Krishna consciousness, he can see the Lord every moment within his heart and everywhere wherever he goes. In fact, an American asked him, Prabhupada, have you seen him? Have you seen Lord? Prabhupada said, I can see him more clearly than I can see you who is sitting 2 feet away from me. And Prabhupada wanted the same state of consciousness to be there with each one of us. He is our grandfather. He wanted us. We are his children. He wanted this for us. That's why he has given all the secrets which are there, which were otherwise hidden in Sanskrit, but totally lost. He brought it up to us. So we don't have to see with the material eye, retina, lens. We have to see from the heart, and then we'll be able to see in everything. Sexual attraction is found in all species of life And one may ask where it comes from. Whatever is found in this material world can also be found in perfection in Krishna. So this is sexual attraction is also coming from Krishna, but it is coming in perfection in Krishna. While when it comes to us, it comes in diluted, adulterated form. The difference is that in the material world, everything is manifest in a perverted form. Perverted form means what? You remember I had given you the example of the banyan tree. We see the banyan tree like this, in the root below. But in the real sense, in the spiritual world, the roots are above and the tree is below. So whatever we are seeing actually ulta, inverted form. Prabhupada is telling this very clearly. In Krishna, all these tendencies and manifestation exist, but in pure consciousness, in spirit. So Gopi's Ras Leela was in the spiritual consciousness that was not in bodily consciousness. That is what we need to understand. Hare Krishna. Seeing Krishna everywhere and always. Bhagavad Gita 10.8. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. Actually, we do not have self-interest, but sense-interest. This is Prabhupada is saying. Please read this again and I'll request you to note it down. Very, very important. Prabhupada says, we don't have self-interest, but we have sense-interest. Sense, because we are always guided by our sense. And we consider that sense to be self-interest. So that is how the big problem is. And Krishna says, O son of Kunti Arjuna, I am the taste of water. When Lord is saying, I am the taste of water, my dear friends, all of you are tasting water on a daily basis, 10 times a day, and you are saying you have not seen Krishna. Are you are feeling him? Krishna says, I am the light of the sun. Daily basis, ever since you were born, you are seeing sunlight, and you are saying you have not seen Krishna. Surya Narayan, he is the light of the moon, the syllable of Om. Say Om, and you have darshan of Krishna. In the Vedic mantras, I am the sound in the ether, the ability in man. Bhagavad Gita 7.8. What else? What else? Each one of you are continuously seeing Krishna, but our conditioned mind is not allowing us to believe in it. You tell me, will a father keep himself away from his children? No. Rather, father will get more happiness, right? But we are such fools, at least I'm talking about myself, that I do not believe in my great fortune that the most attractive in the entire universe is always there with me, always there with me, always there with me. Because I'm not willing to believe in my fortune. But I am actually that fortunate. I'm very fortunate. Each one of you is fortunate. So this feeling is sense of pure happiness. When your father, who is having the property of this entire universe, why are you fighting for a 200 square yard plot? Okay, it is fine up to a particular limit. But just imagine your actual ownership is of the entire universe because you are his son. So whenever you see the sky and the moons, you say, oh, this belongs to me. It's my father's property. This is what it is. Krishna is thus explaining himself as he is, yet we are not attracted to him. Why is this? The reason is given by Krishna himself. The divine energy of mind consisting of the three modes, Sataguna, Rajas, and Tamas. Mode of goodness, mode of ignorance, and mode of passion. is difficult to overcome, but those who have surrendered onto me can easily cross beyond it. Like the point is very simple, Every father wants his children to stand up on his own merit, right? Likewise, our Father has also put in certain hurdles so that we become pure, we become stronger. So every father wants his child to be strong, no? It's very simple. You want your child to be strong, that's why you put him in school. When he's going to school, he's crying. The child is in KG, he's crying. He's feeling my mother is the biggest villain. She is sending me to the school in the bus, and the child is crying, crying. But the mother is still sending the child because he knows that this is good for the child, right? Likewise, our Father is putting us through this entire teaching so that we get purified and we get prem bhav and we come back to Him. That's what it is. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, lowest amongst mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, like this for people like me, and who partake of the atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me. Bhagavad Gita 7.15. So who do not surrender? Who are basically miscreants and grossly foolish and are illusioned. And our entire education system is such that we get illusioned. So that is the problem. Earlier we had a system where the Shastras were taught, but now it is not there. Only Krishna, only ISKCON and Prabhupada are helping us. Krishna is the enjoyer, Krishna is the proprietor. Please note this in your book. Krishna is the enjoyer, Krishna is the proprietor, and Krishna is the friend. I hope you have noticed this. Please note it down. Krishna is the enjoyer, Krishna is the proprietor, Krishna is the friend. If you know this, three things, then your knowledge is full. You do not require understand anything more. This is there in Mukund Upanishad 1.3. My dear friend, if Krishna is the enjoyer and the Krishna is the proprietor, will there be any fighting between one country and another country? One country is saying this land belongs to me. One person is saying this house belongs to me. Two brothers are fighting. This land belongs to me. And all the wars are taking place. Millions of people are getting killed. If you know that actually, yeah, this does not belong to me, it belongs to Krishna, he is the proprietor, he is the person who is the owner, then there will be no fight, na? What is the problem? If this is taught from day one in class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, PhD, MSc, whatever, will there be any fight? What does it mean? It means simply that our knowledge system is wrong. This is where it is, and all this is there in our knowledge system. Hare Krishna. The sages, knowing me as the ultimate purpose of all sacrifice and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods and the benefactors and well-wishers of all living entities, attain peace from the pangs of material misery. Bhagavad Gita. So sages actually get peace, right? Bhagavad Gita 7.18, all these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous souls, but he who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider verily to dwell in me. Being engaged in my transcendental service, he attains me. Now try to understand this. What is Lord saying? Lord has said that he is there in each one of our heart, right? Okay, right? Now, Lord is saying who is there in his heart. The difference between the two, na? He said all these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous souls, so you need to have a big heart. But he who is situated in knowledge of me, so who has knowledge about me, through Bhagavatam and through Bhagavad Mahapuran, I consider verily to dwell in me. So we are close to him and we are in Lord. Like Lord Rama said, Hanuman is within me, right? Hmm? I consider verily to dwell in me, being engaged in my transcendental service. So being devotional service always he attained me. So when we are saying I love Krishna, I love Krishna, I love Krishna, point is not that. We have to please him so that he loves you also. The day should come when he says, Krishna loves me, Krishna loves me, Krishna loves me. Both are love, both are prem. Migration from this to that is coming into Ras Leela, Krishna Leela. When Krishna says he loves you. So this is the beauty. When one becomes situated in Krishna consciousness like Dhruv Maharaj, he becomes fully satisfied and doesn't want anything else. We discussed about Dhruv Maharaj yesterday, right? He was told by Lord, take this, take that. He said, no, I don't want anything. I just want you, right? So as of till today, we say we want this, we want that, but nobody wants Krishna, right? That is where it is. Generally, those who are trying to realize the absolute truth, first of all, the Brahma Jyoti. Now, what does it mean? Some people construe that Almighty is light. That is what is Brahma Jyoti. So actually, Almighty is not light. Light which is coming out is different from the light. Just like sun is different from sunlight, right? Sun is different from sunlight, right? Brahma Jyoti is sunlight. So sun is sun and sunlight is sunlight. So Lord is an individual. Lord is Krishna, right? And the entire manifestation is in a way his Brahma Jyoti. People are there who considered Almighty to be Nirankar, without form. Our Shastra says very clearly, no, Lord is an individual, he is with form. And everything is contained in Brahma Samhita. Those who concentrate on the super soul, the localized form of the Lord in the heart are called Paramatma, are known as Paramatma Vadi. He is situated also within every atom. The Paramatma realization is the second stage, right? So Paramatma realization is the second stage whereby it is considered that Lord is there everywhere, right? And the third stage is what? Bhagavan. Look, Atma is within you, okay? And Paramatma is also within you, okay? Atma is within you and Paramatma is also within you. Hence, Paramatma is everywhere, okay? Clear? Brahma Jyoti is the external effulgence of the Lord. And Bhagwan is who? Bhagwan is the individual. So while Paramatma is there in each and every atom of the universe, Bhagwan is one and is where? He is sitting in Vaikunt Lok, Govind, Vaikunt Lok. That is it, his individual form. Is it clear? Brahma Jyoti, Paramatma and Bhagwan, is it clear? Just some things are there in the chat. Let me see. Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam. Sir, I can't switch the camera today. Not good health. I have a small question, Prabhuji. All the material knowledge. I think I'll come to the questions and once finish this. Hare Krishna. Now we talk about attitude. I have an eternal connection with Krishna, the Supreme Lord. Now let me establish the relation firmly so that Krishna will take me back to his kingdom. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, just always chant Hare Krishna, maintain a relationship with the Lord. Once you have a relationship with the Lord, then you will be in a easier position to go back to God. Never mind whether you are in a factory or in a hell, in a shack or in a skyscraper, it doesn't matter, just go on chanting. This is what Prabhupada is saying. So never mind whether you are in the toilet, wherever you are, always keep on remembering Krishna. Bhagavad Gita 9.25. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Very important. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors, and those who worship me will live with me. Very, very important. So there are some people, who worship demigods, they worship Mata Durga, so they will definitely keep on always taking birth in planet Earth. There are others who worship Shankar, so they will go to the abode of Shankar. There are those who worship Ganesha, they will go to the abode of Ganesha. These are all demigods, these are positions created by the Almighty. There are people who would consider their parents to be almighty, so they will go where their parents have gone, maybe to some different planets. But those who worship Krishna will go to Golok, Vrindavan, Vaikuntha Lok, Hare Krishna. Now this is one which was revolving, so I had put it in a revolving phase because this is very important. God realization is very easy, but at the same time it is very difficult. It is easy for those who accept Krishna's word as truth. So if we are accepting his word as truth, it is easy, otherwise it is difficult. Again, one more going round and round. What does it say? If we truly believe that Krishna is the origin of everything, and if we worship him, our whole account is closed in 1 second. The Prabhupada is saying this. The secret, I have brought it out as a postman to your footsteps. We need to realize this. If we truly believe Krishna is the origin of everything, and if we worship him, our whole account is closed in 1 second. Please note down this. One of the biggest carry homes for us to realize Krishna and go back to Godhead. So Prabhupada has given these secrets in this book. And once Prabhupada had said something, let me tell you, Krishna is so kind. He said, once something, my devotee has something, I will have to honor it. That's the whole beauty of this Guru Shiksha Parampara. He says, my pure devotee, Prabhupada has said this, okay, I am also bound by this. How many of you like this? Please raise your hands. I'll request you to please raise your hands. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you all noticed this, noted it down. Those who have closed down their cameras, I think they have all missed it out. What can be done? Many of them have missed it out. But I'm happy for those who have closed their cameras are still there, could raise their hands. So for some technical reason, they may have not been able to do that. That's very nice. The idea is that, we have to take benefit of the mercy given to us by Krishna and Prabhupada, right? That is the only objective, nothing else. Nobody else is gaining from this. We only are to gain. Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita 7.19. Vasudev is all that is. Vasudev is the name for Krishna and it means he who lives everywhere. Realizing that Vasudev is the root of everything, we have to surrender. If we love God, we love everything. But if we do not love God, it is not possible to love anything. Please note down this. This is one of the most important things. This is a barometer of knowing whether we are making progress in Krishna consciousness or not. Please note down. If we love God, we love everything. But if we do not love God, it is not possible to love anything. Hare Krishna. So the more you start to love others, more you start to love everything, you can understand you are elevating into Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. I'll quickly go to some of the questions which are there. And let me just read it out. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, need to save recording. Will you please make me host? Krishna Bandhu Gayatri. How do I make you a host? I do not know. Because I think recording is already been done. Na? Sorry, I do not know how to make you a host. And you should ask the admin team. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam. Will you please make me a host? Achha, this is all the material knowledge taught in school is entangling, but there is no way out of it. I can't find how to keep my child away from this thing. This question is very important, and how to keep our child away from this. This is very, very important. The best way to do is to set a self example. We have to keep on reading the Bhagavad Mahapuran, the Bhagavad Gita, and when the children are small, they should be asked to listen to us and sit with us and listen to the Bhagavatam. Bring them to temple, bring them to Mangal Aarti. And there are 64 total utsav which take place in ISKCON on a yearly basis. Try to make them involved in them, ask them to join summer camp. This is what it is.